students to begin killing each other. Another thing that you need to know about them is all of them have amnesia. None of them can remember how they got into school, what happened to them. For them, it's the first day of class, and this has happened to them. So he starts providing them with motives. For instance, again, this is not as non-spoilery as we can make it. It's from like the very first kind of event. He shows them people who are important in their life. And it's like, what happened? We just don't know. If you want to find out, you have to leave the school. And we all know the only reason to leave the school is to kill someone.
Monterey's motives start to work. So he introduces things that do make these kids start killing each other, because if he didn't, we would not have a game to play or read. So
the killings start and they just don't stop.
They don't stop. So actually, we should also mention, before we move on to this slide, a big factor of the game that kind of comes into the story a lot is the students' particular talents. So all the students that attend this academy, Hope Speak Academy, they're all really good at one thing. So we have like a super high school level fighter. We have a super high school level
hall monitor.
You're really good at something, and it doesn't matter what it is, because you can just get into the school like that, and you can be like a cheese eater. I don't know.
So now we're going to diverge a little bit and talk about where Dangan Ronpa came from, because if you are already into the series, chances are you came to it through a certain social media site that we all know and love. If you're new to the series, then you're probably just like, where did this internet phenomena come from? We just don't know. Oh, it's already from Japan, but here. Okay, so we probably never would have heard of it if it weren't for a certain something awful user named Oren Ronan. In November 2011, he decided to start writing an extensive Let's Play of the Dangan Ronpa game in the LP forum. But because Dangan Ronpa isn't available in English, he didn't just write a Let's Play, he began translating the entire game, complete with screenshots, music, and video. He's wonderful.
So as the LP went on, Dangan Ronpa slowly began to... We're going to get back to that in a second. And so it slowly began to gain more attention for the interesting characters and the unique plot and like the psychopop sort of atmosphere. And once it hit Tumblr, we all know what Tumblr does to... and then it just, it exploded. And all of that is out of one Let's Play. So I feel like we really do owe a lot to this one guy on the Something Awful forums, because we probably would not even have an English localization coming to us if he had not popularized it.
Now the thing you need to understand about the Something Awful forums is you need to pay for an account. Now normally the forums are readily available and anybody can read them with or without an account. But users have to pay for an account, and what will happen is if a particular forum or even a particular thread is receiving a lot of traffic above and beyond what they would normally receive with just the users going, a paywall comes up. And chances are, if you're in this room and you're reading the first game, you've already seen the paywall. And okay, maybe some of you haven't. But regardless, the paywall means that you cannot look at the forum, you cannot look at the thread until you pay for an account. It's $10 for life. And they have some very strict rules on the forums, but it's just a way that they make sure that if you're going to be using this forum, you're going to adhere to the rules, and you're going to continue keeping it like a high-quality environment, because that's what they want to boast.
So every time the paywall goes up, a lot of people who are reading Dangan Ronpa are like, oh my god, I can't visit the Dangan Ronpa forum. And it's like, it's Something Awful, it's not the Dangan Ronpa forum. So a bunch of Something Awful users got together and made this video, and it's kind of funny. You can see some of them.
I say close the forums. If anyone without an account now can't read Dangan Ronpas! In the middle of a trials! Makes me angry!
Oh no.
If anyone knows what the paywall kid is saying, please contact me ASAP. This is important information that I absolutely need.
Well, that's awkward. Someone screenshot one of my text posts about the paywall still being up in order to make fun of people waiting for it to come down. Okay, cool.
Can someone give me a link to where you can read Dangan Ronpa? Or do you not read it?
I really want a Something Awful forum account, but I don't want to pay for one. There's one. Could I perhaps use it? I promise to not even come out. So you won't get banned. And then if you want, I'll try you something. You know?
Something awful isn't that great of a sight. I've seen people put on probation by a user called Slowbeef simply for liking Dangan Ronpa. I've also seen someone put on probation for using that freaking crappy fan art. I have an account, but I can honestly see why those who do not don't want to make one because it's really stupid. What the?
Gently correct. It's all of a sudden, I can no longer read Dangan Ronpa. There's something awful forum page thing. I clicked the link up this for the past week, and it said that now I have to make an account, and it costs them $9 a month.
Usually sucks when it comes to forum quality, but the speculation in the Dangan Ronpa thread is actually really good. Hashtag Dangan Ronpa.
Such a pretentious bunch of fuck-ups.
Beep.
It's bad enough those goons are so arrogant and obsessive about being better done.
Essay close.
Okay, that's basically where the video stops being funny, so I'm gonna cut it off there. So obviously Dangan Ronpa translated the LP, really right now only available to read in its entirety on the Something Awful forums, which kind of stinks to us who have to work through the paywall and everything else. But there are some other cool people. Yes?
There's an archive of it.
There is an archive. There is an archive.
Though,
Only the first game is on archive. The second
Yeah.
game is still in translation, and you need to usually have a cat. Yes.
There is a Tumblr where you can read up to chapter 3.
Oh, we were getting to that.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
Dangan Ronpa 2. Other cool people. Once you finish through the first game, you should be able to read it in the archives. The anime is also currently coming out. Other cool people to know about. Kuzuhiku on Tumblr is an Super Dangan Ronpa 2 mirror translator, so they've been working on a translation of the second game. And they're up to chapter 4, I think, right now. Some of their image links were apparently broken as of last week. They're getting better. Birdman Ronpa has translated chapters 4 through 6 of Super Dangan Ronpa 2. And there is an English patch for the game if you purchase the Japanese game that you can find by searching up Project Zero. So that's pretty cool as well. Also, you can watch the anime online. It's up to episode 7 now, I think.
6.
I think 7 just came out on
Yeah, 7 just came out
No, that
today.
was 6.
today.
Yeah,
right, well, last week. Anyways, it's up.
Also, it takes forever to sub, so
Yeah. So, just going quickly through the Dangan Ronpa family tree, there's the first game, which is Dangan Ronpa, and this is roughly the order we recommend you check out the series in if you're new to it, because some of the later incarnations of Dangan Ronpa, including the prequel, actually have spoilers for the first and second game. So, Dangan Ronpa 1, read it first, LP, Something Awful Forums. Super Dangan Ronpa 2, read it next. In our personal opinion, Super Dangan Ronpa 2 takes what the first game did in terms of characterization and storyline and plot twists and ups the ante.
It's a sequel that improves on the original, and that's
It
what's
does.
really fun about this series. Like,
It's
there's
really
always
rare.
more to look forward to.
And then after that, there's the Dangan Ronpa 0, which is the prequel, so you can
Don't read it first.
Don't read it first. And then there's also various manga, which are basically directly pulling from the source material of Dangan Ronpa, and it just retells the story. Yes?
So PSP games are getting localized, and how are North Americans being able to play?
They are being localized.
They're being localized. Someone made a English patch, so if you're...
Just a group of fans
yeah.
got together online.
Yeah.
You just apply the patch to the Japanese version of the game. You are able
Yeah.
to play it.
And it'll overlay like translations for all those things. And then there's obviously the animation that we mentioned, so there's the family tree there. What's next on our list of things to talk about? Oh, one of the things that's not shown on here is Dangan Ronpa If, which is a alternate storyline told for Dangan Ronpa, which imagines if one of the characters had found an escape button at the beginning of the game. There's
But
also
you should also read that last one.
yes. Yeah, because obviously it takes material from the first game and it reimagines it. Also, there's apparently a backstory for Kirigiri Kyoko coming out really soon. So it's a novel.
She's one of the lead characters in the first game.
Okay, so just who are these students?
Okay, so just to give a brief summary. So Dangan Ronpa, the original game, covers the plot that we described before. It's as basic as it gets. The second game has an almost identical plot that takes place on a tropical island, and the cast loves throwing parties. Alright, so we're going to cast of the first game. We're not going to touch on the sequel or anything like that. We're just going to introduce you to the first game characters, the ones that are in the anime that's currently airing.
Really brief. So if you see any of these cosplayers around the con, you'll know at least their names and a little bit of backstory about their characters.
You spelled everyone's name wrong.
I spelled everybody's name wrong. So this is Naegi and Sayaka.
So Naegi is the main character of the first game. His title is Super High School Level Luck. So he got into the school on a random draw lottery. He has no actual talent, he's just lucky.
He's the protagonist. He is the character through whose eyes you play the game. He's a pretty good guy, you know? He's pretty decent. And yeah, you get to control what he does, walk him around the school, collect evidence, participate in the school trials, etc. This is Sayaka, and she is Sayaka Maizono, the super high school level idol. And so she has a particular talent. She comes from a pretty normal family. And she's presented as like the girl next door kind of, you know.
What was that?
Oh, I just have audio.
Okay.
So Sayaka Maizono, girl next door kind of character, and she's a Japanese pop idol.
So we've got Fukawa is on the left here. So she's a super high school level novelist. She's famous for writing romantic stories, but she has a really, really unpleasant personality. A lot of the characters in this game are not what they seem to be, and that's the big theme in this series, not what they seem to be.
And definitely applies to Fukawa.
Yeah.
So here's a super high school level fashion girl, or gyaru, Junko. She's really, you know, thank you. For a model, she's pretty nice to you, and she seems determined to get you out of the school. She's pretty popular, but where Sayaka is a musical idol, Junko is a fashion idol.